Hi, this is Jessica here with crochetatcreations.com, and I just wanted to show you today that I am working on a braided cable throw pillow. And basically it's using the same braided cable stitch that's in the Braided Cable Beanie. And I know I've gotten questions about how to do it, if there's a video tutorial. So I kind of just wanted to show you how to do the stitch, the front post stitches, to kind of make it look like a weave braided cable. So here I have done many rows, and you can see how it kind of like weaves in and out. Like it looks like those go that way and it's in and out this way, and then it kind of braids together. So in order to get this, you have to go, some you're working backwards, some you're working forwards. If you've never worked with cables before, it can be very confusing. So I just wanted to show you. And then it's also a little bit different. These are back post stitches in the hat. On here, it's just regular double crochet. And then you have your front post rows here. So I have started this row here. It is, you could see here where I did the 3 front post, and then I did these 3 front post triple crochets, and then I went back to do those 3 behind it. That makes it look like it's weaving in and out, and then those 3. So I'm going to show you how I do that here. Let me put my phone down. Okay, so this would be in the Braided Cable Beanie. This would be row 2. So you're going to start out here, and hopefully you could see. You're going to start out here and do a front post double crochet. And then we're going to do another front post double crochet. Oh, and my fiber split. Okay, so we got the 3 front post double crochets. We're going to skip these 3, and we're going to do a front post triple right here in those 3. So we're going to loop over twice. Sorry, with going slow, I kind of miss my loops. Okay, so there is placing the 3rd one. Okay, so there we have the 3 front post triple. Now in the pattern it says to go back behind the work. So this would be behind. So if you look, it's kind of hard to tell, but you have 3 front post triples right there that you're going to do. So you're going to do 3 front post triples right in those post stitches behind the work. So I'm going to get my yarn going. Okay. So we're going to go back behind there. This is the first one. Again, I hope you could see this okay. I got a new tripod to hold my phone, and this is really my first time using it, so. So there is those 3 there, and then now the 3. So it made an X. It made these crisscross. So now we're going to go and do regular front post double crochets in these last 3 posts. So it looks kind of funny. I mean, it looks all weaved out and uneven, but once you do your next row, it kind of lines everything up, just like it did with this. Like these were X's right here, and then this last row kind of evened everything out. So I'm going to go ahead, since I'm working back and forth, since this is it's a pillow cover, so it's worked back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next row, and then we'll come back and do what would be row 4 for the Braided Cable Beanie. So I will stop it here and then we will continue on. Okay, so I went ahead and did row 3 of the Braided Cable Beanie, which this pattern here is a Braided Cable Throw Pillow. It uses the exact same stitches as the beanie. It has the post stitches on the outside, and then it has the braided cable in the center. So essentially the last we did the row 2, which is with the X in the center. This is row 3 where it kind of does the front post stitches all the way across. In this throw pillow, it goes back and forth, so these were actually done on the back side. Anyways, that's a whole other story. So, and I finished this over here. So this is the 2 X's, which is row, so this is row 4 of the Braided Cable Beanie. So there's 2 X's there, which gives it the next crisscross. So that's what we're gonna do now. So basically, we are gonna skip the first 3 stitches, and you're gonna front post around these 3. So you're doing the front post triple. You're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. So the biggest thing with doing cables is that you are weaving in and out, you're working, you know, frontwards and backwards and doing all these post stitches. So it's very important to make sure you're not mixing up the sequence. So, you know, we did these 3 and now you're gonna go back and do this 3. You always work right to left. So we're gonna start in this one, then do that one, then do that one. So. And sometimes it can kind of be hard to see your work, so you really have to straighten it out and take a look at it before you go for it. I've many times have missed a stitch or have crocheted around the wrong stitch, and then I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's wrong. I have to fix it. Okay, so there's those 3. Now it says we skip the next 3, so there's our next 3 posts, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do these 3. So front post triple crochet, because when we make the X's in the braided cable, when you're doing the crisscrosses, you have to do triple because they're a little bit longer. Okay, so now we got to go back and find these 3. So see, it can kind of get tricky. It looks a little messy there, but you want to go back and do this first one here. So then, and then here's the next one. And then there is the last one. So there we have the 2 X's, and then we're going to, in the braided cable you would do a back post here, but I did not do that on the braided cable beanie, but I did not do that on the throw pillow. So there you have it. So then the next row you would just do, so it's essentially 1 row with an X in the center, and then 1 even row of 12. And then 1 row with 2 X's, and then you just repeat that sequence. It's pretty much just 4 rows repeated every time. So I hope that clears up any confusion. If you have any questions, I am always here to help. You can message me on Facebook. You can email me at Jessica at crochetitcreations.com. You can comment on my blog. Many ways to reach me. So I am here to help. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks again. Bye.